Hello to all of my Sagittarians out there, all of my Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius moon. Welcome to your weekly astrology horoscope for the week of March 29th through April 5th of 2020. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. So what do we have coming up here for you guys? We do have Jupiter coming conjunct with Pluto here in your second house. This is your second house of your self-worth, in your second house of your values and your material worth and your material value. So this conjunction here is a major transformational moment of you stepping into some of that self-worth that you've been working so hard on building, especially over these past 2 years. There's been some major destruction and transformation surrounding rebuilding your self-worth and rediscovering that value within yourself, and also a lot of gaining for a lot of my Sagittarius friends in the material worth and the material value realm. But we do also have Mars and Saturn, the two malefics, are going to be meeting up here in your third house of communications. So what in your environment is resonating with your soul's alignment? What kind of people in your environment, who are you communicating with, and in what ways are those people feeding this kind of new alignment with your soul and feeding this new journey of you and this new place of worth and value and owning yourself? Mars coming through here is going to have a little bit of a divisive energy. So we might have a little bit of divisive energy in the way that you're communicating with other people, and you might have to kind of step back and let go of some of this reactive, passionate intensity of the Sagittarius and just kind of do some active listening in order to connect with other people there. Because the connections that are going to be coming into your life are going to be revealing who's in your soul's alignment at this point and who's not. We do also have the sun in your fifth house. This is the sun of fifth house of love and creativity and pleasure and positivity and joy. So this is a great time. There is love all around in abundance for my Sagittarian friends right now. And so lean into those activities that bring you pleasure, lean into the things that you're passionate about, lean into that love, into that romance. We also have Venus, who's going to be moving out of your sixth house and into your seventh house of partnerships and of projects and of relationships. And she's going to be there for a while because she's going retrograde through Gemini as well. But while Venus is in the seventh house, the focus is on building partnerships and building relationships and building projects that are of beauty and that are of your soul's alignment and that are connected to these new environments that Mars is over here trying to build for you, right? Mars is over here trying to clear the way and kind of build these new environments that are in your soul's alignment. And Venus is going to come over here kind of bringing to light some partnerships that are going to be formative along the way for you there. The moon is going to be opposing some of this energy this week as it's coming through Cancer. It's going to oppose some of this Capricorn energy. So there are going to be some emotional things to look at. What do you need to let go of? What are some of these emotional things that you need to let go of? Some of these deeper, more intense emotions that maybe you're focusing on too much and you need to let go of to lean into this new space of worth and value. As it comes through in Leo over here as well, it's going to oppose some of this Aquarius energy. So again, it's important while the moon's in Leo to kind of remember not to try and be too reactive with things, maybe a little bit more responsive in your emotional responses. And then also, as always with the moon in Leo, lean into that creative spirit, lean into the things that bring you pleasure and joy while it's over there. It's a great time to kind of take advantage of all that fiery, creative energy. So let's see here. We're going to pull a card as well. Mercury is also finally out of its shadow period as well from retrograde in your fourth house. So where you might have been feeling kind of just like foggy on the way that you're dealing with some of your emotions, as Mercury has come out of its shadow period, you might be feeling a little less fog surrounding the way that you're dealing with emotions and looking at some of these roots and foundations. So let's see. We pulled the Page of Swords. So yes, especially with this third house energy going on this week, the Page of Swords always brings in a lot of communication. So expect a lot of messages, a lot of communications to be coming your way this week. And the Page of Swords is interesting. Of all the pages, he kind of looks, he keeps an objective eye on things. He's kind of disconnected from what's going on around him. And this is the spiritual advice, would be leaning into not getting too overly emotional with things. Take this Page of Swords mentality where you're kind of viewing life almost like a spectacle at sometimes, but keeping this kind of like objective perspective. Don't get too wrapped up in the emotions of things this week, especially in the ways that you're communicating with people. I love you, Sagittarius, and I hope you're all doing well, and I will be back with you guys next week.